Well, how early should you teach your kids about money, and how should you go about it? Joining us this morning, Lama Farran, of course, certified money coach and financial planner. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Laura.
So teaching kids about money, how early should you start?
I'll say around the age of 5 or 6 is a good time, because this is when kids have a good understanding of numbers and also some basic arithmetic, addition, subtractions, because really, at the end of the day, money is all about pluses and minuses.
Right.
And I find that around that age, their purchase demands start being more consistent. I want this and I want that. So it's a good time to start talking to them about needs and wants, and not everything you see in the store is a necessity, and, some things you have to wait for.
Okay, so they have a better comprehension at that age. Okay, so the ideal age to start, you said, is 5 to 6 years old. A question that comes up a lot, I feel, with parents is whether or not to give your kids an allowance. So what is your take on that?
Well, I think the kid has to have their own money in order to experiment and in order to feel responsible, and to give them the opportunity to make choices with their money and probably make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. So a good rule of thumb, I'll say, is a weekly allowance equivalent to the kid's age. So a 5-year-old kid will get $5, a 7-year-old kid will get $7. But again, that's a rule of thumb. You have to look at your you have to look at your own financial station as well, if you can do that as well. Okay,
and should you tie it to chores? Like if you do your bed, and clear your dish, you're gonna get something.
Yeah, well, I'll say it's more of a personal choice. There's no right or wrong. In our household, the allowance is not tied to chores, but chores are still expected to be completed. Some other parents that I've met, they really want the money to be only given once the chores are completed. And that's okay. It teaches the kid that money has to be earned.
Right.
It's something that involves an effort and contributing. So it's also a good thing. Okay.
Now, what about when it comes down to the child saying that they want something or what to do with that allowance? So do you allow them to go out and spend it? What do you do with it?
Well, you have to guide them really with what to do with the money, and it comes down to 3 things. You have to teach them what I call the 3 S's: saving, spending, and sharing. So saving is about teaching the kid to think more long-term, to be patient, and the concept of delayed gratification. I know it sounds like a big word for a kid, but you can break it down to, okay, well, you can buy this toy today, or you can save for 6 more weeks and buy this other toy. What are you going to choose to do? So saving is really important, and then spending, it gives them the opportunity to feel empowered to make their decisions and to say, okay, I'm in control of my money here.
I want this doll, I'm going to get it, I can afford it.
And sharing is about teaching them that, part of your allowance has to go to do good in the world, even if it's at a small scale. Let's say it's 50 cents a week. It adds up to $26 in a year, which the kid can donate to a charity at the end of the year. So it's important to tell them that, you have to give to less fortunate people.
That is such a good tip, Lama. I really love it. I imagine your kids are very good with money.
Yeah, they are. Well, they'd better be with a money coach mom. But yeah, they're really good with money.
Okay, thank you so much, Lama. Always great advice.